Hi, welcome back to Fresh Faces New Ideas. My name is David. If you like the channel and you enjoy what I do, please like and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter at Faces Ideas, and you can also listen to me the Center Left Radio podcast on Fridays. So this is going to be a quick video because there's not a lot to the story. It's just bad. Apparently, Andrew Coumo, when he was in charge, as currently he is still in charge, when the pandemic first started out, because if you remember, one of the first areas that was like super hardly hit was New Rochelle. During that time, he apparently expedited COVID testing for himself and his family. So we're going to go look at that article real quick. So it says, Andrew Coumo set up friends and family members with scarce coronavirus tests when most New Yorkers didn't have access to them in the early days of the pandemic. This is according to multiple reports. In March 2020, the New York governor provided tests and in some cases repeated round testing to his brother, a sister, their mother, multiple government officials, and their spouses. Top traveled to Chris Cuomo's home to collect the samples, and then they were both dispatched farther away. So look, this is very clear. This is very, very simple because I'm going to do another follow-up video for something else very quickly. Look, it's bad that he did this. And I imagine the more that we look into and find out about the dealings of different governors and different officials throughout the country, we'll find similar stories to this for people in power. There's already apparently reports of private vaccine doctors in other states for the people who are very wealthy. This is not an isolated case. It is very easy for the people in power and with the means to abuse the system. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying this is good. I will not be criticized for being non-biased, for being biased. This is bad, and I hope they investigate this. And this goes right up with the cover-up for his for the nursing homes, because their excuse for that was not good. And this goes right up there with his sexual assault scandals. He absolutely should be investigated. Should he step down? Probably. There's a lot of evidence to prove that he did a lot of things that were very wrong. And I think if he steps down, it sets a moral high ground for all of the governors. Let's be clear. There are more governors than just Cuomo who did a bad job at this. And I'm going to do another video about Ron DeSantis because he is just as bad, if not worse, than Cuomo on handling COVID. He's got a lot of problems, and he's considered like the front runner outside of Trump for the Republican Party. So it is worth mentioning that all this information needs to be constantly pushed out there for both of them. Because I don't want... I'm not a homosexual or whatever those people were saying during the pandemic. He clearly did not do a good job of handling this. It's indisputable. Yes, in the beginning, we knew how bad. We didn't know how bad it was. We didn't know how to deal with all the things. So he looked competent compared to Trump. But the more we look into this, the more it looks like he did. He made a whole bunch of self-serving deals that protected him and helped bolster his image, when he wasn't protecting the people of New York. And I don't think he has the confidence to stay in. And for those people who are saying, oh, well, this all sounds suspicious because Trump needs a pardon. No. It clearly looks like he did something wrong. And there has to be consequences for it. And it should be equal across the board. If you did something wrong, you should face the consequences for it. As simple as that. I'm not, picking one side over the other. He clearly hid the data. It is indisputable that he hid the data about the nursing homes. The sexual assault allegations are, obviously they're always disputable. Investigation into that, absolutely. This looks like there should be an investigation, but this looks pretty cut and dry for an investigation to find out of this. So we'll see what happens there. But like I said, this is bad. He probably should resign, and I think he should be the one to set the precedent for all these other governors. There should be people held accountable for this. Currently, there's something like 550,000 people have died from this pandemic. We know that, I believe it was in the CNN documentary, that they think that the first 100,000 was probably unavoidable just because of our country. But everything else from there was policy decisions. So we have to go back and look and see what policy decisions led to the deaths. Whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're independent. If you were involved and you purposely made a decision knowing that it would cause harm to people, or you hid data knowing that it would hurt your reputation, there should be consequences for that. Now, if you like my channel and you like what I do, please like and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter at FacesIdeas, and I'll see you in the next one.